Hey, Just Some Guy, welcome back. I don't know if anybody else is here, but I figured I'd... If you're gonna shout into the dark, I'll answer. I'm not quite ready yet. I'm just making my coffee, but I'll be on in a minute. Holy shit, Fatal. Come on. Give me some credit. Stream starting sooner rather than later. It's a good game. It is a good video game. Hey guys. I'm ill. I just got back from Osaka. And right near the end of the trip, I don't know if it was from the sun, I'm like part vampire or something. I'm weak to the sun. But I think it was part sun, part running around, part no sleep, and being in the car a ton. Also the weather, it was wild. Like the temperature just wildly went from like 18°C to -1 and then back up. It was nuts. What's my opinion on garlic? See, that's the thing, is I have to eat a lot of garlic to keep the evil spirits away. I love garlic. It's really good. Yeah, so I don't know how long the stream is gonna go today because not only am I ill, but also my little one is home from school. Japan does their interim period. Usually in the States, I think the interim period is only in the summertime, but it's not a summer break. They switch in the spring. So I think yeah, his new classes start on Friday. They have like the welcome introduction thing on Friday, but for this week he's going to be home. So while he's out of the house right now, but it makes streaming a little bit difficult. Stream goes until Bina says something understandable. So basically the stream will just continue indefinitely then. Alright, so I did Tippereth's, and I think we could just jump right in to do Tippereth's second one, which is Night of Despair. That's right, I think at the end of last stream I saw that Night of Despair was next, and I was genuinely really hyped about it. I think we're just gonna jump right into Night of Despair and see what the dealio is with that. I love that she's got the swords all over the place, exactly like Sayaka. Okay, tears. Gain a speed die. Use special pages and change resistances while under the effect of tears. Respite. Enter a state of suspension upon taking lethal damage. Revives after 2 scenes. Okay, and then sword that pierces despair. If this fails to deal any damage to its target while in despair state, the sword will impale the Knight of Despair, dealing damage to her. Okay, so sword that pierces despair. If this fails to deal any damage to a target while in despair state. Okay. Interesting. So basically, going full defense against these things is absolutely the way to avoid taking damage, but also the way to, like, kind of send damage back in. Run it down mid. Playing Zero Escape right now, suffering from cold, living life. Otherwise, yeah. How is I don't know much about Zero Escape. How is that? All right, let's see. We've got Comwall. That's a pretty solid defense, isn't it? This is 3-7. I don't think Comwall is going to be able to actually defend against that. I think we're going to use something like Scattering Slash. And then, yeah, we can use Scattering Slash because the dodge plus the 3 protection makes it much more likely that we're going to be able to avoid taking damage from that. And we can do Scattering Slash against this one here. And then we could use... I've been known to be a Scattering Slash, believe it or not. Thanks, Dad. How are you doing today? You should see about fixing that. Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure how this boss fight works. Tears gain speed die. I guess they weren't in despair mode when they were fighting before. So I need to like sword that pierces despair. If this target fails, if this fails to deal any damage to its target while in despair state. How do I know what state it's in? I'm confuzzled. And like, I know I can knock these. Maybe it's like, enter a state of suspension upon taking lethal damage and revive after 2 scenes. Gain a speed die, use special pages and change resistance until under the effect of tears. Huh. Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know how to tell what state it's in. Does the blue buff under the golden... It does... This one does say Tears 2, gains a speed die, use special combat pages, resistances have changed. So... It looks like this thing takes nothing except for piercing damage now. Looks like my old Comwall trick isn't working anymore. I'm happy that you decided to come in and say hi, Mr. Voice Dylan. I hope you have a wonderful night. I know it's a struggle, but I hope you get some sleep. How's the Path of Exile season going? 6th build. Jesus, tap dancing Christ. I can't even with all that. I'm gonna try to figure out how this boss thing works. It doesn't seem like it's going too well so far. Hey, how you doing, CG? Alright, boo-boos. I'll see you later. Toodles. Do I need help? It depends on what you mean by help. If you mean if you mean emotional and mental help, yes, probably. I could maybe, I feel like I could go for some sugar in my coffee this morning. Generally speaking, yes, I do need help. But whenever it comes to video games, very rarely do I actually need help. No, it's okay, CG. I generally, I will either unga bunga my way through the gimmick, or I will figure it out. I am only slightly stupid. And mark somebody as the villain. Oh, we like healing. And stagger recovery. We'll give it to Tip. It's chat greed, as opposed to voice greed. Alright, so yeah, I know right now that she can only take damage from her own weapons. And it looks like this guy, this sword right here is knocked out. I'm guessing that I'm gonna find like sword that pierces despair if this fails to deal any damage to its target while in despair state. So maybe after I kill it and it comes back from respite, maybe then it'll be in despair, and then I can block it, and then it'll kill the thing. I need to get further in the fight, I guess. Said something about impaling her ass. That tracks. Let's do that. I need more lights. I need more options overall. I think just right now holding her off, holding off the swords and just doing as much damage to them as I can while taking as little damage as I can. I think that's right now, that's the way. And we'll do a sharpened blade over here and then a cleanup for here. Let's see how this goes. So it should go, like I said, I think that should push it into respite state. And then we'll see if it goes into despair state after it gets back up from respite stage. Tip's Abno is just gonna be magical girls. Honestly, Tipwrath might end up being my favorite if she just gets magical girls. I think that's gonna be it. Do bonus damage when fighting the villain. Okay, so this one over here got speed die, which means like we should probably knock it out. We can do Cumulus Wall. I think that might be our best shot of avoiding taking damage. We're gonna need cleanup to get some. Actually, no, Flash a Sun Up. I need more cards. So currently untargetable. I'm guessing that it's in its despair state. All right, so let's hit it. Let's hit it with the old Flash a Sun Up. The old 1-2 Flash a Sun Up cleanup. I wonder if I'm gonna give this one a shot. We're gonna see if, yeah, because Tipwrath can absorb that hit, and if she fucks up and needs to absorb the hit, I think it'd be cool to try to use that bones ability. Taste my bones, or give me your bones, something like that. Yeah, Tip's like I love the, okay, so now it looks like they've changed modes. They definitely look to be amped up. I can't. They're in their side, and this one has a little hovery thing over here on the right. But I can't I can't hover over top of it. It doesn't really show anything. Interesting. We've got Heart-Tearing Sword. The sword will impale the Knight of Despair, dealing damage to her. Okay, so yeah, this is exactly the moment. This is the time where we need to be on full defense. Alright, so we've got Scattering Slash. That gives us defenses and a pretty hefty dodge. I'm not sure if anybody who doesn't have Scattering Slash is going to be able to survive, though. Not survive, but avoid taking max damage from this. 3 to 8 is like, okay. This die deals damage equal to dice value x2% of target's max HP and ignores resistances. So 0 times 2. So 0%. No, I'm sorry, dice value times 2%. Oh my god, that's a lot. Okay, so this could do up to 20, or yeah, 20 damage, 20% of my maximum HP. Hello, calculator. Nice to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what Tip has. Alright, we got Overthrow. I don't think that's what we want. It looks like Tip isn't really gonna be participating. We do have Cumulus Wall. Following Scattering Slash, Cumulus Wall is going to be very beefy on defenses, and I think it would be a decent shot to send Cumulus Wall over here. God, I wish I had an extra speed die, because right now, your boy Sunday has the best cards available to handle this mess right now. But I don't think we can do it. You should probably do this after Nightmare. Nightmare. Asians love writing math equations in card games, and I don't know why. I don't know if that is that just a thing that is universal in games made by Asian developers. I feel like 14, but I need to do a whole bunch of math right now. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Tippereth, if anybody was going to be able to do really good math, I think Tippereth would be the one. So now I'm kind of second guessing this target right here. I think I should probably do Scattering Slash back here, because this one is doing more damage, and having a dodge to intercept that I think might be the way. And then what I could do is I could have. We literally we've got nothing else for it. There's nothing that can be done. Crack of Dawn is as good as it's going to get, but I don't think that's going to be able to withstand it. I think we'll do Crack of Dawn on this guy over here, and then we'll do Cumulus Wall over here. And I think that's about as good as it's going to get in the defenses department. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. I think we took damage. We took 1 damage. We took I think 1 damage from each of those. Like, look at that. 1 damage from each of those, so it did nothing to her. That sucks. That, like, really sucks. Because we just spent all of our defensive cards on that. I'm out. I'm tapped. I've got nothing. That sucks really bad. One single thing gets past my defenses, and we're just boned. Alright, so I guess we do our Flash of Sunup to try to get more card draw, but I don't really know exactly what I don't know what I could do. One of those swords is bugged, as in sprite bugged. This little icon right here, you talking about? A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, maybe? I don't know. I thought, yeah, Tippereth was trying to intercept one of these guys. That guy. Alright, let's see how this goes. Not good. 0 damage. 0 damage. It did 0 damage. Please impale her for me. It did 0. It didn't do any damage to her. What the hell? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this little icon right here. I don't know what it means, but okay. So they just did 0 damage to Tippereth. 0 damage, but it didn't count as a successful dodge, I guess. I'm just about tapped out. It depends on what the game defines as damage. Yeah, I know, right? It literally did 0 damage. Well, CG, now that you've said it like that, I feel like my contrarianness kind of wants me to just keep bashing my head up against the wall. The voice of the contrarian from Slay the Princess whispers into my ear, "Unga bunga smash. We stabbed her. The fight is winnable." I think what I'm gonna probably need to do is I'm gonna need to come back at this with a defensive deck. But if there's like what I understand, yeah, I'm pretty sure it also tells you. Well, I mean, I don't know if you were here for it. I did read the passive abilities. When a sword with tears takes lethal damage, falls into despair next scene. And then when the abnormality falls into despair, all swords recover HP and stagger resist and use special combat pages. If all swords impale the abnormality in despair state, becomes staggered and targetable next scene. So literally, it's all about just making sure that I avoid taking damage from these swords while they're in despair mode. They all stab her simultaneously, and that causes her to get staggered, and then she becomes targetable. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, when a sword with tears takes lethal damage, fall into despair next scene. So I need to target the one that has the tear on it. Okay. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. When the abnormality falls into despair, all swords fully recover HP and stagger resist and use special combat pages. Okay. So I have to push her into despair state. So we're saving Scattering Slash. We'll use Overthrow. We need to recover. We're basically out of juice. I've got to recover. I've literally I don't have enough light to mess around here. 3 turns is as long as I've got. I think the sword that has the tear also gets their defenses changed. So right now, the damage type that I have access to is going to not really do a whole lot in the way of damage to her. Like I said, I think I'm going to need to hop out of this and get in fresh. I might want to swap one of my character's builds to something else. Specifically something that has a bit more piercing damage. I did read the swords. That was one of the first things I did. I didn't realize that the Knight of Despair was going to have a different set of things, but I did read the swords. They revive after 2 scenes, and yeah, if this fails to deal any damage to the target while in despair state, the sword impales the Knight of Despair, dealing damage to her. And what she says is if she gets stabbed by all 3 of them, she becomes targetable and gets staggered for next scene. So like I get that I can do it. I'm pretty sure that I just need to I'm pretty sure I need to just run it back with something that is going to be able to focus down the guy that's got tears, because I need to push them into a stagger state so that I can actually take them down. The tears. Yeah, gain speed die, use special combat pages, resistance is changed. Is that what you're talking about? That's it's one of the first things that I read. If you're talking about the villain thing, yeah, I like, because the resistances have changed. Like I said, I'm pretty sure piercing is the damage type that has popped up both times that one of the swords has had the tier. So I think the play here, like I said, I'm gonna want to get started on this fresh, but yeah, I think the play here is gonna be to I guess I could just throw myself at this, and I'm gonna return to title. My anger has subsided. My anger has subsided. My anger is something that happened earlier this morning. What do you want to talk about it, CG? Because we could talk about it if you want to. What's got you angry, boo-boos? Life's too short to have your cortisol spike. The word sword is starting to lose all meaning. Did it ever have any meaning? So I want piercing damage. Extract fuel is good, because that one's got restore light on it. Boss fight in this game that you did earlier. This specific game? Boost slash die power by 1. Maybe slapping an extract fuel is the way? Right? Because we could take out cleanup and replace it with extract fuel for all of them, and we could save extract fuel for the sword that has the weakness to it. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't want any spoilers. Yeah, whatever the page you're talking about, I don't think I have it. Definitely need more than one. Yeah, this is on the Tipworth build. The other builds have more than one. They've got cleanup. So I think I'm trying to figure out what I was doing over here. I think Yield My Flesh was one of the things that I was interested in messing around with. But I don't know that I like this too much. Slay was also in here. We're gonna rethink this this particular build. Scattering slash. We're gonna do 2 scattering slash, and then let's check out light. I think extract fuel. We're gonna get rid of cleanup. We're gonna pull in 2 extract fuel. Cleanup. I mean, cleanup is fine. Yeah, but the reason I'm looking at extract fuel is because of the piercing damage. So like specifically for this fight, I think I want to have piercing damage on all of my characters, so that when we see the sword that has the weakness, the one that's got the tier on it, we focus all of the piercing damage on the sword that's got the tier. Kill that, and then once it's staggered, or stagger it rather, once it's staggered, I can put all of my damage into it and knock it out, and that will cause your girl to go into despair mode, where we can start whipping out our defensive cards. Single use. One use, gain persistence for 4 scenes. Upon taking lethal damage, 80% chance to revive with some HP. Yeah. For the family! Pierce power? Do you think I need to make a whole new Kim and Sayo or Slash bonuses? Yeah, I know, but I was just planning on for this fight doing like swapping out extract fuel. Do you think I need to build it just for this fight? Do you think I need to build a full set of key pages and pages? I kind of feel like that's pushing it. I think that's a bit too much. The way I'm looking at it, if I can make it through that phase of the fight where the swords are attacking me, if I can just make it through that phase of the fight and have enough defensive cards to be able to knock her unconscious, I think I can spend enough cards to kill her in one turn. Because she loses like 100, it's 50 per sword that impales her. She loses 150, gets staggered, and then becomes targetable. Okay. The factory will unoptimized if we use slash power in our Pierce cards. Necro! I'm vibe building! Can't you just let me vibe build? Yeah, I'm a little bit lazy. I don't really feel like doing building a whole new we're gonna be extra. We're literally just gonna swap these in and we're gonna try this out. I just want to try it. I just want to see how it goes. Scattering slash is something that I'm gonna have to save for the following section, and I need to impale her with all of those guys. We're just gonna run it back. We're gonna try with this one little tweak. And this is the one over here. She's got Pierce on her. So extract fuel. We've got extract fuel. I think what we need to do is we need to Flash of Sunup. That'll get some defense in there. And then on the follow-up cards, we use, front-facing defense. We've got basically nothing. Cumulus Wall. I'd rather keep Cumulus Wall, but we're making lemonade. We want that to be unopposed. So we're gonna go ahead and target. We're gonna target it with everything else first, and then we'll come in at the end. With our Flash of Sun up over here. And we're just gonna take an unopposed hit. It'll be fine. Okay, the enemy dealt the most damage. No, after losing a clash, take stagger damage and gain strength. Reduce the cost of the most expensive page in hand. I think we like the healing one first. Okay, and now we're back at it. We do have one extract fuel, which should be enough to stagger, but we want to try to make that happen first, right? That's a 2 to 9 dodge against a 3 to 7. I think we do this here. And then we hit him with the extract fuel on the outset. Unfortunately, I think 3 is as high as we've got. There's no way to intercept that. That sucks. For the family! That's right, I forgot. I put for the family in here. That one's got some, some damage. A flash of sunup. Saving Scattering Slash. We wasted that last time, and we wasted it trying to, I mean, we were trying to do something good, right? But we wasted it anyway. Sharpened Blade at the end here. Flash of Sunup for the card draw against this guy, and then we're gonna do Sharpened Blade over here. Alright, hopefully we'll get our stagger off. Oh my god. No, that is the opposite of what I needed to happen. Everybody lost their encounters. Like every single one of them lost their clashes. Except for Sunday. What a Chad. Sunday's just so good. Alright, okay, Sunday's gonna get the bonus, why not? And it still has the one tier left. I think we just have to kind of go all in on the one tier. We've got Extract Fuel. We clash with something else? Cumulus Wall? And then we do Extract Fuel after that? Okay, and then we've got another Extract Fuel here, but I wanna... It's tricky because, okay, so I think if I use Crack of Dawn here, and then I can use Extract Fuel, I think that'll do it, and we can do Flash of Sun up over here, just to intercept something and get a little bit more card draw. Come on, I need this guy dead. Please kill him. Oh my god. No. Okay, never mind. She gave the tears back to the same exact one, so we're fine. It's just like, god damn it. All right, so we're Flash of Sun upping here, just making sure that we get as much card draw as we can, and we've got plenty of light. I kind of don't wanna push too much further because I've got to have defensive cards for next round. Yeah, I think that'll do it. These swords are going sicko mode. It's true. All right, there we go. All right, we pushed her into the phase, and now it is time. So we can Scattering Slash. This is probably the one that is safest to Scattering Slash, and then we can follow through with that one over there. Now that means Tipwrath is going to be taking 2 of these on, but she gains 3 protection at the start of combat, so she should be able to dodge all that shit easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then the next bit right here is just Scattering Slash, and then we just kind of hold on to our butts and kind of hope that we get what we need to. Yep, that's what we're just... How are they doing... I don't understand this. Like, how are we not dodging? It's so frustrating. Like, I'm sure that it's some whore math or whore magic or something that's happening in the background that's making me take damage from this, but like, I don't see how I could have rolled... I don't see how I could have played any better cards. I feel like the cards that I played were absolutely perfect for the situation, but it didn't matter, and I took a bunch of fucking damage anyway. I don't know, it's just, it's really aggravating. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm not here for it. I don't love it. Maybe my rolls were just dog shit. That's probably what happened. We take 0 damage, but I think it still counts as them hitting. Interesting. I guess I need to have some more Giga defense cards or something. I don't know. I need them to like not be able to do what they're doing and they're just going straight through my defenses. It's really annoying. I mean, I've got no more flat out just like Giga Chat defense rolls. So I mean, let's take this step by step. We're gonna turn quick mode off for a second, and we're gonna take this step by step and see what happens. So it's a 2 to 7 versus a 5 to 10. I rolled a 3, and he rolled a 7. So of course we took damage, and then we rolled a 3 on our damage, and then here it's a 4 to 8 versus a 2 to 7. And I pressed the button, and it just poof, it just disappeared. Like the number disappeared. I just want to know what my roll was. 3 to 8. Does he roll max? Is that his roll? Is an 8? And he rolled a 7. They rolled maxed. They're just max dicing. It's ridiculous. Oh my god. Alright, this is really annoying. I don't like this fight. Rolling maximum is a good strat. Apparently it is. Yeah, that seems to be the best right now. God damn. This is a really annoying fight. I'm just going to say that outright. The gimmick is stupid and I don't like it. Period. All right, key pages. Let's take a peek at our key pages. Where's the searching thing? I don't want to see full view. I just want to search for a page that has defenses in it. Yeah, Pameli's got the Pierce dice power damage bonus and the Pierce damage bonus. We can definitely slap that into something. The swords are using ranged attacks. The bamboo-hatted Kim strat of one big offensive die should win versus those. Wait, what? They're using ranged attacks? I did not realize that. So that means they always get to hit first, but then I hit them at the end of their combat. One of the moves they used, one of the moves that they used, but are all the attacks that the swords are doing whenever they're in despair mode ranged? I'm just like despair mode. Okay, so how does this information help me? Because from what I'm looking at, I do not have the defensive numbers anywhere to be able to handle that kind of damage outright. Like maybe no, even Feather Shield is like 7 max. That's like slightly, I think the Cumulus Wall has, well, it would be better than Cumulus Wall for defense. Extreme Edge? Wait a second. What do you mean Extreme Edge would outroll it? So I just need to outroll the... I'm so confused. So it's not about defenses. What you're saying is that in a clash scenario, something that has high dice roll, a higher dice roll, for example, than what they're hitting me with, as long as my dice roll is higher than theirs, that means that I win and I go first. But what if they're doing 3 attacks in one blow? Right? Does that make sense? Against a ranged page, as long as you win, it'll keep rolling against the next ranged die. Really? See, that's some horror magic that, like, how would I know that? Like, seriously, genuinely, how would I actually have known that that was a thing that you can do? We're gonna try to shift in Extreme Edge, and I just want to see what this looks like. Yeah, it's so like the whole range thing seems really confusing to me. So basically just hold on to Extreme Edge and use it whenever I've got it. Oh, that's right, I turned off auto mode. Edge the Knight of Despair slowly. That's the plan. Edge her until I can stab her with her own sword. That sounds like it's the best right now. Okay. We've got one extract fuel here. And then I guess we're just going Flash of Sun up for everybody else. With a card draw. I don't understand how it regenerated there. I genuinely have no idea how it just regenerated. We got the stagger off. That's the important part. Flash of Sun up, and Flash of Sun up. And we just hold off. Alright, that staggered that. Should push her into despair mode for next round. And then we can start working on this next goofy goober shit. Like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but you said basically I just need to have a high roll against her low roll, and then everything should be fine. So we do extreme edge. We extremely edge all of these guys. And let's see how it goes. We're gonna turn off quick mode so that we can see. So he rolled a 6, which means that we match at lowest. And we take no damage. Stabbed. So he rolled a 4, which means we just win by default. He rolled a 7. We win. And it did no damage. This is so goofy. This is so goofy. Why does it work this way? This is so dumb. Why does it work? This is so stupid. Why does it work this way? Genuinely, this is the dumbest shit ever. Why does it work this way? I don't know. I'm sorry. I think that's just incredibly stupid. I don't like that at all. I don't care that it benefits me. I just think it's a really dumb way of handling combat. Call me crazy. For Kim specifically, he can't lose these rolls. Roland did say only an idiot loses to guns. Man must have mastered the Unga Bunga strat. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I'm laughing because this is like really funny to me, but it's also really disheartening because of how stupid it is. Like, I should not be able to win this. This doesn't make any sense. Genuinely. The screen is all cracked. I don't like that. Okay, now it's fixed. Alright, so now we're just back at it. I mean, if we do that same thing again, she's cooked. She just loses. So we just need to survive long enough to be able to do that again. Which that shouldn't be too bad, right? So we just need to make sure that this last one, Flash of Sunup, is the... No, because 5 is going to win out. We can do 2 extract fuels over here. That'll just completely refill. And then we can do 2 extract fuels over here. And then we can do an extract fuel over here. Maybe I should hit her with the sharpened blade first over here, and then we'll do an extract fuel. And we'll just be taking a bunch of damage from everything else, but the important thing is that we make sure that we stagger this sword and get her into the next phase, because everything, all of the attacks would be predictable once we get there. I genuinely, I appreciate you pointing this out to me, especially considering that my rolls are artificially inflated for that specific damage type. For slashing damage, like, my rolls are artificially inflated, but it just feels incredibly dissatisfying and kind of silly, also stupid would be another good way to put it, that works. I feel like it shouldn't just do that. Right? Like, I don't think it should just work like that. It's so goofy. I just, like, god damn it. Something. I just need to do enough damage to be able to knock it unconscious. There we go. Stagger deflect. That's not good. very unlikely this thing survives into the next round, and we've got your boy over there is going to be down. Sunday is going to be taking a nap for this next phase. Okay, so that means we can extremely edge these two, but for the other one, I got nothing. The best I can do is Scattering Slash. And that's the best I can do. Ranged is very goofy. It seems that way. It does seem that ranged is goofy as well. Okay, so it hit me. So it's still in despair mode, which means we can use extreme edge and we just win. This is so, I cannot express to you how stupid that is. I can't even tell you how dumb that is and how frustrating it is that, like, that is not apparent. That is not something that that would have come to me naturally. I'm glad that fight is done, because that gimmick was really frustrating. Just trying to stack up defenses high enough, and then once I get to the point where I take literally 0 damage, I'm still technically taking damage. It might have been explained in the full stop fight. You think so? You think it was explained in the giant text dump that I definitely read? Don't nag me now. This is the fastest I can go. Even a snail would be faster than you. Expletive. You've got a fiery temper. I just want to get this done. I usually read all of this, but because I'm ill today, I don't think I've got it in me to read all this. You definitely did read it, and I definitely didn't forget how ranged pages work and had to Google it because it has multiple special rules. I mean, this is one of those games where you will read something, you will process it, and you will understand it, and then you will go and experience it, and what you actually are experiencing is not what was explained. This is one of those games. Singularities can be a huge obstacle to understanding the city. What do you mean by librarians being difficult to define, though? That part got me curious. What do you think librarians are? Like humans?
예전 로보토미사의 직원들이 다시 육체를 엔젤라는 분명 약속을 지켰지. 하지만 한 상체도 함께 부활했지. 로보토미의 시설 대부분이 무너지고 빛과 전투로 사서들은 육체를 복원했지만 정신적으로 불안정하고, 그래서 사서들은 한 상체를 짊어지고 우리도 마찬가지고.
그런 거였구만. 문득 어떤 선을 넘을 것 같을 때가 있긴 했지만
그 선을 넘으면 뒤틀림이라고 불리는 현상, 엔젤라가 그 선을 넘지 않도록 조절하고 있는 거.
뭔가 무대 위에서 춤추는 꼴.
Sounds like we're dancing on a stage or something.
그 말대로야.
Wasn't that the theme of the last game?
이번에는 우리가
엔젤라 나름의 복수일까?
그럴지도.
근데 나는 대체
Could you tell her to leave me out of this?
손님을 응대하는 과정에서 나와 보조 사서들이 끔찍하게 죽는다 해도 도서관이 하지만 손님을 응대할 때는 언제나 고통.
잊어버리기 때문이지.
맞아.
Librarians forget the fact that they can revive while they are receiving guests. We have to face each other feeling the same kind of desperation and dread that guests feel. That's new information. I figured that because Roland knew that he would just like recover every single time, I figured that all of the librarians knew that, but I guess Roland is just special in that.
어때? 도서관의 초대가.
뭐 충분히 공평하지. 그래 죽는 순간에 모른다는 건 둘째 치더라도. 그러니 마냥 치사하지 않다고 할 순 없겠는. 퇴관 후에 우리는 고통을 잊는다지만
Fair
아픔을
fight,
느낀다는
Boggies.
사실은 존재하지.
I don't know that I would necessarily call it fair.
이 무대 위에서 놀아나게 하는 엔젤라.
더 고통스럽게 할 수 있다면 진작에. 엔젤라는 나름의 배려를 해주고 있는. 예전 로보토미에서 직원은 말 그대로 소모품이었어. 하지만 적어도 여기서 사선을.
버려지지는 않는다라.
이게 다 달...
Wisdom comes with age,
감았다가 깨어날 때 다시 나는
says the child, says the literal child.
밖에서 잠에서 깨지 않았더라.
어째서
삐걱거리는 몸을 일으켜.
기대가 없다고?
맞아. 무언가에 대해 나 자신이나 이 돌아가는 세상을 너희가 말하던 그 마음의 병을
I might be suffering
심하게
from
앓고
a severe
있는지도
case of
모르겠다.
that disease of the mind you guys were talking about.
우리가 좀더
믿는 건 자유니까. 그럼 무대 위에서 춤출 준비를.
We get one assistant librarian bonus, and we have access to new abnormality pages. If the character took damage from attacks in the previous scene, change this character's resistances against that type of damage dealt. The most Wait. Change this character's resistance against the type that dealt the most damage to endured for the scene. Apply separately for physical and stagger damage. Whenever an ally dies, all other allies gain 1 to 3 strength and haste, and all enemies are inflicted with 2 fragile. On a successful pierce attack, if the die rolled max value, deal bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's max HP. Percent damage, pog. That's pretty good. Okay. Only an hour into stream and we finally finished our first fight. God damn. That was frustrating. Okay, so we've got invitations that we can continue down. Didn't we get some new pages? I thought we had gotten a couple of new key pages. I guess the puppets gave us cards, but they didn't give us key pages, did they? Okay, yeah, I might have some books to burn. Yeah, there's the... Yeah, I knew the puppet cards were good, I just was like, why don't I see those? Yeah, the puppet cards are really good. I remember getting my ass beat with them. Repressed Flesh. One use draw 1 page? I love card draw. Holy shit. Reduce power of target's current defensive die by 3. Deal 3 stagger damage to target. And 3 to 7 counterattack damage. That's pretty good. Repressed Flesh. Fatal is so excited right now. Yesod is meta again. Yeah, oh my god, we've got lots of repressed flesh too. Yeah, I think we might have to build some new decks, y'all. We'll be putting you in next, Fatal. Book of Emma and Book of Noah. Yesod never left meta. That's true. I mean, whatever deck Fatal is in is definitely meta. Speed dice slot. When using a page whose original cost is 3 or higher, all dice on that page gain +1 power. It's cool. Blunt dice power +1. We do love blunt dice power +1, but that outfit looks stupid as shit. Just saying. Puppet cards. Holy shit, these cards are good. Gain 2 haste to next scene? 0 cost 2/7 upfront defense, on use restore light, and 2 to 4 blunt damage? 0 cost? Oh my god. Y'all, these cards are on fleek. We're building some new shit. The fuck? Angrily makes jerking off motions at 495 driver. Automated movement is good, but I don't think I used it once because it ain't got no draw. Automated movement. It's got 2 haste built into it. 2 haste is just like, I don't know, that's really good, isn't it? Inflict 1 disarm next scene. God damn. Oh my god. We're gonna have to build some new decks, y'all. Noah's page and Emma's page. Oh, we did get 1 billion Noah's pages. That's pretty bad. Ranged attack damage +1. That seems pretty dog shit. Emma's page, however, seems like it's pretty damn good. It's got that blunt dice power built into it. Recover 5 stagger resist on hit. Juggling. Single use. Single use cards are trash. Look at that 1 HP. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that until you said it. Why does this exist? Why does this exist? I don't understand. And didn't Emma's not supposed to have heads. Or heads, Jinook, they eyes. Emma's not supposed to have any eyes. Because he's garbage in combat. That's true. That is true. Yeah, I think Sharp Nails looks pretty decent. Pretty decent. But definitely Emma's pages. I think we're gonna build some Emma characters and slap them into Yasad's group. And we're gonna make some puppet cards. Alright, let's go to Yasad. The team over here is Breakfast. Yes. Alright, we're gonna use Breakfast is gonna be the blueprint. We're gonna equip the guy. It looks so stupid. I genuinely I don't like this this key page look. Alright, let's look for blunt. Blunt dice. Puppet Skeleton is blunt dice power +1. On a successful blunt attack, deal 2 bonus stagger damage. That's a really nice combo of cards in one single card. I like that a lot. So we're probably gonna do Puppet. Although alternatively, let me see. We've got Puppet Skeleton. Emma's page has Lion's Fist, which is bonus blunt dice power. Yeah, I think combining these might be the best. But we could use a Puppet page 1 instead of Puppet page 2. And that's not going to give us concussion. When speed is 5 or higher, deal +1 stagger damage with attacks. We've got 2 page 2 puppets. You're actually using the goofy ass clown outfit? Yeah, I am. I'm going to use the goofy ass clown outfit. You got something you wanna fucking say about it? You got something to say to me? Let's see, Oink's page. After a successful blunt attack, inflict 1 fragile to a random enemy next scene, once per scene. Mumu's page, that's got the improv drumming as well. Blunt stagger damage +1. Do Axe Gang member, and we can do when a successful blunt attack, deal 1 to 2 bonus damage to the target. Yeah, we like that. We're not using Mumu's page for anything else, so alright, let's see. So we want Puppet Skeleton for sure. And Axe Gang Spirit. We've got 3 left. Improv drumming. And Squeak Squeak, I think. And that makes a pretty beefy page, I think. Overall, that's a pretty beefy page. We like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That looks good. Now let's take a look at the actual key pages. We want to look at these blunt cards. Gee. So this one's got the restore 2 light into it, and then this one restores 1 light. I think having the 0 cost is really nice because we can use it basically whenever, but I think having the restore 2 light is also really nice as well. Now we're focusing on blunt damage here, so I think we're going to try to filter out everything that's not blunt for right now, just so that I can get the really good cards in here. Repressed Flesh, absolutely 100% that comes in, no doubt. Forceful Gestures got that card draw. Unfortunately, it's got incredibly high cost, but look at that damage. Good God. Good fucking damage. It has a gazillion debuffs. Yeah, inflict 1 feeble, disarm, and blind. Next scene. That's just... good gods. Creek looks really fun. We like that. That's a lot of damage. We like damage in this house. And in this house, it's all about family. I want more card draw. I want more card draw. This three cost is a bunch of 3-cost cards, but we don't have really any card draw. Let's take a look at that then. I'll undo this and we'll do confirm and draw. No, not draw the sword. To overcome crisis has that draw 1 page, 0 cost in there, which is nice. Forceful gestures got card draw, but it got heavy cost. Maybe we take 3 forceful gestures? I know you love overcome crisis. I kind of wanna put it in there. Maybe we'll slap in 1. Maybe we'll slap in 1. You're gonna have no juice. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But like what we do is maybe we don't put in overcome crisis. Maybe we slap in 2 more light cards because we've got Gigi, and we also have the Puppet Blockade for 0 cost. So then we've got 4 light restoration in there. We're heavy cost, but heavy light cost, but we've also got a ton of light generation in there for cheap too, and high defenses with pretty beefy damage. I don't know. I can't, like I would like to use more of these beefy cards, but I need more. Yeah, I need the card draw. I really need the card draw. Forceful gesture is fantastic, I think. But yeah, the damage is insane. Is Insano style, which we love that. But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about the juice, as you've mentioned. But with 4 1-cost cards, I think we should be fine. I'm willing to give it a good shot. I'm willing to give it the old 1-2 college try. We won't know until we give it a shot, so. I kind of want to see how that goes. I kind of want to, like, let that roll. So we're going to do a run. We've got Eugen's page over here. I'm going to give Fatal Eugen's page. And then we're gonna slap in Sayu's page. Oh, Kyle's already wearing Sayu's page. Okay, yeah. So we just have 1 new build that we want to try out. I actually do want to make progress. So instead of putting instead of putting all of my eggs into that 1 basket, I'm going to try this out. All right, wait. Hello, Miss Lala. Here's your prescript. To Lala, put 3 needles in Lily's birthday cake by noon tomorrow. By Lily, does it mean Miss Lily, who's living next door? I did hear it's her birthday tomorrow. I'm not sure myself. What if she bites one of those needles and gets hurt? You never know. She might luckily notice the needles before she eats them. Or you could tell her in advance that there are needles in her cake. Oh, is it okay for me to spoil the prescript to her? The prescript didn't say anything about it, so it should be alright. It's strange though. I've only been getting weird prescripts like this lately. Is there a meaning to this? If you don't carry out the prescripts, the index won't provide protection. You have a family, right? I hope you can fulfill this one smoothly. Okay. Hello, Mr. Lee Diakgu. You've got a new prescript. What now? More am I supposed to do now? Sorry, sir. I sadly can't do anything for you, even if you cling to me. Now take in a deep breath and read it out. To Lee Diakgu. Play rock, paper, scissors with the 3rd person you meet, and play rock. If you win, pull out 59 strands of their hair. Then apply seafood cream pasta sauce with mealworms fed on styrofoam to it 3 times and eat it with a fork. Sick bastard, you telling me to eat that shit? I had to make risotto out of sewer water and give it to Minji next door just a week ago. They ate it without asking and ended up going to the ER. Fuck this. I'm sorry, all I do is deliver the prescripts. Please, I'll give you as much money as you want. Or let me get a different prescript just this once, I beg you. I'd love to change this, but I don't have the authority to do that. Everyone faces a test of faith in the prescripts. I hope you can overcome this. Messenger Jan, long time no see. Hello, Proxy Gloria. Do you have business with Mr. Lamarcus here too? Yep, I do. I got a prescript here. Teehee. Hello, Mr. Lamarcus, are you there? We're here to talk. This won't do. Leave it to me, sweetie. Ah, there you are. It was a tiny issue. Did this person not carry out his prescript? Nope. So a prescript came down to me, telling me to smash Mr. Lamarcus's frontal lobe. Usually, proxies only receive prescripts on the rare occasion of someone else not carrying out their prescript. Mr. Lamarcus. I love the juxtaposition of the voice of this giant robot-looking thing with the one eyeball is like super cute and small, but it's massive. You're shitting me. Kill the painting you've drawn. Does this make sense to you? Painting was everything in my life, and I smeared my own art with ink, stabbed them, tore them, painted pictures of dead people in so many different ways. I did everything. Huh, that's totes a simple problem. Just pick anyone from the streets, use them as a model for your painting, and then kill them. Isn't that a no-brainer? This isn't my fault. It's the prescript being too vague. It's not the prescript's fault that you were too dumb to get it. You sick fucks. I did all I could to live. I relayed numbers to a guy called Ryman. I moved a unicorn plushie to a park and even found a way to see green from a white wall for high-end. I've been doing so good. Too bad you couldn't keep it up this time. I understand that you tried, but once we get a prescript, we should carry it out. No exceptions. I'm sorry. He's cooked. Hello, Mr. John. Here's your prescript. To John. Stand on any three-way intersection at 3:38 tomorrow. Look to the east and wave 7 times. Is this really all I have to do to be protected by you guys? No need to pay money like with the other syndicates? That's the case. All you need to do is carry out each prescript accordingly. Sweet, the index really is the best. You don't ask for back-breaking fees like the others do. Will you please reconsider? Nothing is truly free in this city. I just have to carry out the prescripts that come to me from time to time, don't I? The nest went under so suddenly, dangerous gangs started prancing around the residential area. And other syndicates all wanted me to pay absurd amounts of money or sign these ridiculous contracts. The index is the only one me and my family can count on. If you believe so, you'll be safe as long as you follow the prescripts. Maybe. Hello, proxies. You have a new prescript to carry out. New prescripts, huh? We've been getting prescripts a whole lot more often these days. Prescripts will be prescripts. It's not like you ever cared about how many prescripts you got. Should have interpreted it better, idiot. I have no doubts about prescripts, no. Though we might be seeing a lot of bloodshed with the thumb and the sweepers at this rate. I don't have any blood left on my body to shed anyhow. If war is what the prescript requires, we shall gladly wage war. It's our role to act on behalf of the prescript's will. We will carry out the prescripts we've received first. As proxies, each of us will convey the content that Prescript Messenger Jan gave us to the proselytes. Proselytes? Proselytes? In our familia. Just making up shit now. What are the prescripts about this time, by the way? Let's see. Mine is to extract the spinal cords of 37-year-old people in the nest. 37-year-old people in this nest. That doesn't make any sense. Is it a 37-year-old person or all 37-year-olds? If so, this should be plural. I'm confused. This prescript is unclear. Interpret it however you want. So everybody who's 37-year-old, I need to extract their spinal cord. Every 37-year-old in the nest? Don't know. It's up to the proxy Esther to clarify ambiguities in the prescripts, you know? It does target all denizens of the nest. Search for every single person of the specified age and take their spine. Our familia's task is to exchange the left leg of the 14th person we come across today with the right leg of the 26th person we run into. They're so out there, it actually feels strange to get a straightforward prescript for once, you see, Jan?
키아는 무제한.
Eliminate the thumb. No time limits. This one needs no explanation. I'll send my proselytes to the library as the prescript dictates. So the hand is now fighting with itself?
지가 오긴 오는구만.
SpongeBob following the magic conch shell. Just start ripping out spines. That seems like what we're gonna have to do. The index really is coming for us, huh? It seems like the prescripts are often vague and need clarification. I haven't seen them myself, so I frankly have no idea how those instructions look. Don't know who makes the prescripts either. It's impossible that they could maintain such a massive syndicate following orders that come out of nowhere. That's the scary part. Those prescripts seem random, but they work out in their favor somehow. And no one knows who's responsible for making them? I haven't seen anyone that knows at least. The prescripts are long since appointed as the star of the city. I can hardly believe that so many are following such amfigury? Alright, hang on a second. We're gonna be Googling something real quick. I need a nonsense verse, a ringamarole, with apparent meaning, which, on further attention, proves to be meaningless. A nonsense verse. Nonsensical writing, usually verse. She's using words that I gotta like whip the dictionary out. I'm going to Merriam-Webster. I just wanna know what the pronunciation is. Where's the little button that lets me pronunciation?
Amphigory.
Amphigory. Amphigory. We learned a new word today, folks. Amphigory. Where's my phone? I'm gonna slap this into the Discord. Didn't we have a vocabulary section? Word of the day. God damn it. I wanted to see if my swipe autocorrect thingy picked up the word. It did not. Amphigory. It's funny that the word amphigory means nonsense, because it is like kind of in itself nonsense. I was like, what the fuck does that word mean? I can hardly believe that so many are following such amphigory so blindly. Anytime an NPC in a video game says some bullshit, I'm gonna start saying amphigory. Maybe in 1809 it was cool. Probably it was cool amongst like 0.0001% of the population in the early 1800s. It's pretty much everyone in the city, like they said. People all just live according to the purpose of life given by someone or something else without thinking twice. Heck, those who are still lost without a purpose would gladly take prescripts, even if they require them to yield their own lives. They're willing to declare war against the thumb because a prescript said so. Life surely isn't the biggest concern for them. But that's only a conflict between syndicates, not wings. Can it really be called a war? Ma'am, you have no idea how big they really are. When the hundreds of finger-affiliated syndicates all clash at the same time, the scale and the aftermath is most certainly comparable to that of a war between wings. This town's gonna be noisy with those fanatics around for a while. Okay, now we're ready for some combat. We've got indexed proselytes, and we only have one act available. Each scene boosts the power of a random type of offensive dice by +2. Is that all of that type of power? What? Each scene boosts the power of a random type of offensive die by +2. Is that just for that guy, or is it for all of them? Because that could snowball really out of control insanely fast. Draw one more page at the start of the act. So you get double card draw? Oh no, sorry, start of the act, not scene. Okay, that would be absolutely insane. Okay, it's just the one guy, that makes sense. Alright, let's see how this goes. Everybody's attacking Yasad. The entire enemy team all simultaneously attacking just Yasad. That's fantastic. You got to appreciate their dedication. And they're all hitting the same dice too. And we can do a intercept. No, we've got no intercept. It's basically just going to have to. We can use a scattering slash, I guess, and that might give us the defenses that we need to not die. That's dicey though. We'll do a a sharpened blade followed by a extreme edge. No, we can't edge. We'll extract some fuel from these guys. All right, now we get to see what we're gonna do with your girl Breakfast over here. Let's do forceful gesture. I just want to see that damage. We'll hit this guy in the front, and we'll do puppet blockade because it's free. Jump his ass. And it looks like they all came in for Yasad, and he's just gonna get knocked out. They're using my strategy of come in with overwhelming force on a single target and ruin their day. Oh, it looks like I targeted the. Wait, everybody on here has ineffective on stagger for blunt damage. Well, I guess all damage here is basically the same. And they're doing it again. They're all going after Yasad again. This is toxic. This shit is toxic. You guys should stop that. That's rude. Rude. We can't intercept with anybody else. So I can do Gee, or I could do Creek. I can't do both. Well, I could do Gee twice, but that's restoring it's too much light. It'd be a waste, I think. All right. This is less than ideal, I'll say. I'd say this is less than ideal. Just because I hate that I can't intercept. They're just gonna kill Yasad. Like, all of them are hitting the same guy. I can't defend against it. Let's see. Upon a successful blunt attack, inflict blind and paralysis. That's gonna definitely be going on Breakfast. They're literally all hitting Yasad. I can't. What the hell? That's so toxic. All right, this goofy ass clown outfit. I don't like it. Where's my light? I need more light. We've got no way to intercept any of the other bozos. I just don't have enough speed. Yasad's the only one that's got enough speed to handle it. Like, I can do Cumulus Wall, but that ain't gonna be enough to keep him alive. Man, that sucks. I guess they're doing my strategy, and I don't like it. Alright, let's sweep the back straight so we can sweep. I think this guy is pretty much cooked. And then it's gonna be 3v3. The prescript demands Yasad die. It seems that way. He's taking no damage. I don't know, like, is there something that I did? I feel like he should be dying. God, that's a lot of damage. Oh, that guy's cooked. Why is Yasad not dying? Is there something I'm missing here? Yeah, I don't understand why he's not dead. They're all still targeting him though. Does he have Kim's page? You know what? He does have Kim's page. Okay, so I guess he had default unrelenting and now that's gone. And we do have this. We can do forceful gesture to intercept this guy. And then we've got enough to be able to intercept everybody, and then we've got cards left over to play with. That's fun. We can actually play the video game. This guy up top, he's gonna be the next target. And I think we overcome Crisis. But I want to make sure that this guy is the one who we target. Where is it? There was another clash. It's a breakfast. All right, whoever we attack with this is going to end up taking. Yeah, I can't avoid that. So I guess what we do is we not do that. We hold our turn. Does Kim have a bamboo hat? Yeah, Kim does have the bamboo hat, but I don't think that we actually get to have the bamboo hat on the character. I don't think it shows up. There goes Fatal. Lower the minimum value of all dice by 1 and raise the maximum value. And they're still targeting Yasad. Alright, so we can do Scattering Slash. And I think that's Yasad's best chance of staying alive is Scattering Slash, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. It's funny that he's still alive. Oh, we've got the meme card, Boundary of Death. We can play that. Repressed Flesh. That'll let us draw a page. We like that. And then we can use Gee. We'll use the meme card, Boundary of Death, and then we'll overcome Crisis. And this guy over here, we'll edge this guy over here, and extract fuel from the same guy. In a single reception, used to claim your bones twice. Oh, okay, that's cool. I've tried to get that to claim your bones. I've tried multiple times to get that card to pop out, but it hasn't yet. So we'll see if it does. It's astounding to me Yasad is still alive despite their targeting. I think this might be the one that cooks him though. Wait, if I use Extreme Edge, will that just automatically beat him? That's what I don't understand about this shit yet. I don't understand how Extreme Edge works. It doesn't make sense to me, actually. We use Sharpened Blade and then flash a Sun Up. They should be cooked. This should be finished. So far, I really like the new deck though. The deck that's on Breakfast. So far, I really like that a lot. It seems really strong. And I mean, maybe I was just lucky this time, but I didn't see too much trouble with my light. I always had, like, a couple of times I only strategically played one card, but for the most part I had a relatively consistent draw and relatively consistent light income. Crosslight's Blade, Execute. I'll have to see what the actual bonuses for these are. I didn't look at their cards whenever I went to that last fight. This was surprisingly easy. If Singleton, add +4 power. A character is Singleton if their combat bookshelf does not have any duplicate pages. Huh. Interesting. If Singleton, all dice on this page gain +1 power. All dice the user plays lose 3 power for this scene. Okay. If Singleton, all dice on this page gain +1 power. Faith is restore 1 light. If Singleton, draw 3 pages. Holy shit. So I think you could, just based on some of these, it seems like you could run a Singleton deck. Now we get boring meta cards. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like Singleton, draw 3 pages seems pretty fucking good. All dice on this page gain +1 power, Singleton. I'll have to just like see what Singleton cards we have. Singleton is broken in a 9-card deck. I mean, it seems pretty strong. It seems pretty strong if all of the things that you have in your deck are Singleton. Like, but just the +3 card draw, that's insane. The amount of card draw that you would get for that is just nuts. Alright, let's take a look at the invitations. That was surprising. I'm genuinely surprised at how easy that fight was. I was expecting something to be much harder. Now the Yujin and Shi association thing, that first fight was really difficult. My poor friend is about to faint from crying, see? Thelma, oh Thelma, you pitiful friend. You'd better hold your tears in, though. The real fun hasn't even begun yet. Ho ho ho! This spicy smoke from me wee pipe ought to dull your pain, eh? What is that? Ain't this one scaredy little fellow, Wang me pal? I like the idea behind the priest giving a deck restriction, but you basically already have a Singleton deck when the deck size is so small. That's true. The Gearhead Lady? Are you talking about the Gearhead Lady, or are you talking about the Blue Reverberation? Because I think that's a guy, but that is, like, he's my type, if it is a guy. Honestly, at that point, it doesn't really matter. He is really hot. He is. He's got that Alucard look about him. Sure is. Ho ho ho. I still only flaked about, what, 1347 slices so far? Now let's see here, blue fella, how many slices did you want again? Thelma may be a dear friend of mine, but breaking promises is a serious crime, so how about 10,000 slices? Alrighty, leave it to me, chap. You can't just eat all the slices off the plate. Crikey, you're gonna pop me eardrums. We're eating them anyways, so why not have some now? What the fuck are these people? Smiling faces. And what is the dialect they're using? Now, there's still plenty more for all us, so don't fight over some bitty meat. I gotta try and flake enough to feed all us. Full. Thelma, don't give me such a look. You knew the terms of our deal. You were handling all the tasks so well, you can't just fail me in the end. Blue feller, look like this feller has something to say already. Do we put the gag out of his mouth? They just love smoking. Look at that long ass pipe. They're like, it looks like their weapons are giant pipes. You crazy son of a bitch. Don't be ridiculous. You're the one who gave me an impossible task in the first place. It was your choice to only employ Section 2 of the Southern Branch for this, Thelma. You could have had Section 1 deal with some of them. Little Mr. Prideful Thelma tried pulling a shabby scheme to get rid of Section 2 so he could keep his seat, and now he's failed to keep up his promise with me. But you gave me the hint to use them. I never said it was a must, though, now did I? All I asked from you was to take care of the things in the list within the period I set, and you agreed to it. Cunning bastard. If you killed me, the branch manager, then Section 1 of my branch will be after you, and she HQ too. Even Hannah is going to make a move. So please give me another chance. Thelma, you can't just bring yourself to say sorry for breaking our promise till the very end. It aches my heart to see it. Oh, and you don't have to worry about me. Remind me where we are, friends? It's the back streets, aye, of Air District 23, is it? Oh, really? Don't this poor old lad realize it's nighttime? Of course he wouldn't. His eyes are covered tighty tight. Aye, aye. The night in the back streets? Bingo, bingo. No one will ever know where or how you died and who killed you. You'll just slowly melt away from the city, right? I'm certain he will, Sir Arigula. Okay then, let's proceed with it, friends. I'm sorry, sir. I'm terribly sorry. I'm sorry for breaking our promise. What do we doodly do, blue fella? Do we cut it short here? Thelma. Yes. Argalia? It's all my fault, I swear. I swear that I'll never try to pull any cheap schemes and I'll never break any promises with you ever again. I'm about to shed a tear. There's no way I'd actually spare you for making a sincere apology. I knew you weren't the brightest friend in the supposed shed, but I didn't think you'd be this slow. Still, I'll take your apology to heart. Now, time to put your gags back on, laddie. Say ah. You bitch, I hate you so much. Don't make such a sad face, lad. We all gotta have more smiles and laughter in our life. What do we do next, fella? As soon as you're done with him, head to the library. I'll leave the invitation here. And take good care of Thelma, who was my old friend all in all. Ho-ho! You bet we will. Take care, laddie. Now then, Eileen, shall we go meet some other friends? Of course, sir. He's totally won over the heart of the leader of the Church of Gears, huh? Absolute madman. He's a fixer and he's got a distortion, and even the smiling face is on his leash. Being a color must mean having immense power, is that right? Colors are exceptionally skilled fixers, even among grade 1. Hana Association assigns a unique color to each of them. Assigned a color? They're the best fixers in the city, basically. Their pay is way up there, too. I suppose the blue reverberation was assigned to the color blue. Yep, just like how the red mist was assigned to the color red. Is he as strong as the red mist? Well, in terms of sheer power, the red mist in her prime is probably above him. But there's a whole lot of fields of fixer activity, and the situations can differ for each case, so it's hard to make a fair one-on-one comparison. He's assigned reverberation color. For example, the red mist like to work alone, but the blue reverb is leading an urban nightmare class syndicate, as you can see there. Could we get the blue reverberations book if we ever happen to need it? Maybe, if we tried by any means. The city would be much better off without that maniac, too. Ho-ho! Would you look at that? This place sure is a whole nother world. Don't get lost in it now, lad. You gotta keep on your toes in a tiger's den. Huffs. I guess it would be about time the director showed up. Greetings, dear guests. Nice to meet you, lassie. Say, you have a book of an old pal named Eugen here, eh? We do indeed. Oh, really? Yes, there really is. Blue fella really is a scary one. Sure is, everyone's gone. Everything's gone, as he says. May you find your book in this place. Angela's just like, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. Alright, let's check out the Smiling Faces cards. 2 smoke to boost power of all dice on this page. So, smoke amplifies damage taken at +9 smoke, all dice gain +1 power, stacks up to 10, -1 smoke at the end of each scene. For the scene, take X damage and subtract 1/3 of that stack every time an offensive dice rolls. Let's bleed. On use, gain 3 smoke. So it just amplifies the damage you take? And then use 2 smoke to boost power of all dice on the page by +2. So they're consuming smoke and using smoke. Deep drag, that's a lot of damage. Holy shit. One hit inflicts 7 smoke. I love that. Draw cards. Use 2 smoke to boost power of all dice on this page by +2. Inflict 1 bleed next scene. Smoke amplifies damage taken unless you have the smoke passive, which makes you deal more damage based on your smoke stack. Oh, okay, got it. Smoke amplifies outgoing damage instead of incoming damage on the character. Okay. So the smiling face guys are not going to take more damage from having smoke. They're going to deal more damage from having smoke. Good to know. All right, let's go fuck them up. Yeah, that is it's an interesting little mechanic. I like the way that they talk. That's all. One of these dick bags are targeting. They're targeting me where I'm not defending. All right, let's see. I think we can use flash of 3 to 8. That's a lot of damage. I don't know if that's going to be something I'm going to want to defend with that. Let's do this one over here, and then we can do puppet blockade over here. And then we can do Scattering Slash. That's not going to be able to defend against that. Holy shit. Deep Drag. It's a lot of damage. Endless Battle? That's just so much damage. Holy shit. And we'll extract some fuel as well. Alright, and then Kyle gets to just attack for free. Let's hit him hard. Let's go in swinging. I guess we'll put all of our bonus attacks on this bozo in the front. And we'll try to do what we always do. We pick one and just kill him. Dodging as we go. And he's staggered. Love that haste. Okay, so cool. We've got Repressed Flesh. We can just ignore that guy's attack completely, because he's gaining 2 smoke and he's restoring light, but he's just defending, so we can just ignore it. We will intercept that guy, and then we'll go Gee on this guy here. And then we can hit this Flash of Sunup. Do we want to edge extremely? I think we might want to extract fuel. Sweep the back streets. Intercepting that guy, and then we can use Endless Battle on this guy in the middle. And that means Yasad gets to do whatever the hell he wants. Do flat. I think we might have enough damage out here already. I think we're set on that guy. Flash of Sunup. Let's see how that goes. I'm hoping that other guy is going to be soaked. He should be. Perfect. He's dead. It's tough whenever I'm trying to distribute my damage so that I'm not wasting cards by just tunneling on one guy. Let's see. Scattering Slash, I think, might be best used there. And we've got Creek, which we can slap out there. And then Puppet Blockade. Three to 8, and gain 4 smoke on hit. Hit him with that. We've got Extract Fuel and Overcome Crisis. Kyle can come in here. I think Kyle's just gonna focus on this bozo over here. Kyle's swimming in cards, using nothing but Flash of Sunup on cooldown. Alright, and then I think we'll use Gigi over here. Get tons of paralysis. I'm really liking this on Yasad's team, having Breakfast using this blunt build. It feels really strong. But I don't know about having a bunch of people all using the same blunt build, because I don't know that it would. I think we might get diminishing returns because of the bonuses that we get from this particular deck. And this guy right here is one. Just use Repressed Flesh on everyone because it's OP. It does feel pretty good. Alright. Cumulus Wall. Can defend against that one. Use Wrath of Torment on this guy over here. Sharpened Blade. But have you mastered the blade? Because I have. Have you even mastered the blade? Puppet Blockade and Forceful Gesture gives us a page draw. A Flash of Sunup. It's literally free. Nice. Their whole team is staggered right now. I feel pretty strong. Blunt dice gain 1 to 3 power, speed is fixed at 1. I don't think that's a I think that's gonna be really strong. Alright. Forceful Gesture. Flash of Sunup. This guy's cooked. We did it. I'm gonna need to take another look at Repressed Flesh because, like you said, Necro, it is OP. I think I'm gonna probably need to put that in there. All right, so we've got Wang, Jin, and me, and then just a random smiling face bozo. So these guys have pretty comparable HP. Normal for everything, and then endured for blunt on Wang. And then the others are so basically my bladed people are gonna need to focus on Wang, and I'm gonna need to have Breakfast work on Jin and me. At least for the stagger damage, I think everybody's just normal though. So like our goal could still be just to stagger people. Breakfast is the only one that's actually taken damage that has stuck. Everybody else has been doing pretty good. This Wang endures blunt damage. All right. Okay. So, moving on. Yeah, I think we just get right in there. I'm not seeing anything that they're doing on successful hit. If the target has 8 or more stacks of smoke, inflict 2 paralysis next scene. And then once per scene, if the character has smoke, respond to a one-sided attack with a block die. Roll one to smoke. Not played in clashes where both characters use combat page. Okay. These guys having 2 speed dice each is going to be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. I think our goal here is just going to be to knock out the first guy. Everybody's coming in at Breakfast. We don't love that. We don't love that for Breakfast. We're gonna need to defend as best we can. We can ignore that one because that's just defensive cards. Yeah, if we can just ignore that one, then we'll come in with the Gigi. We can do Puppet Blockade because that one is only gonna cost, it's gonna cost 0 and give a single light back. This is not strategic advice, it's just fun to say. Beetle. It sounds like strategic advice to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, everybody needs to beat off Wang. Wrath of Torment on Wang. And sweep Wang's back streets. Sweep Wang from the back. 6 to 19 and inflict 7 smoke. Draw 1 page. That's spooky. That's a lot of damage. 6 to 19. The problem with like using a scattering slash against that is that it like scattering slash might be enough to dodge if I roll high and he rolls low. But the odds of that happening are not great. Yeah, we're just gonna need to cross our fingers and hope that we can take Wang out. That's seven bits of smoke and them doing damage to us. But we take bonus damage when we have smoke, and they deal bonus damage when they have smoke. So all of the things that cause me to get I get it. I'm smelling what they're stepping in. I just always assume the enemy's gonna roll 19. That's fair. It's a fair assumption. They're spooky over here. Alright, so Wang is almost dead already. I don't think it's going to take a whole lot to kill him, so we're probably just going to jump in and take him out with a couple of cards. For that 2, I don't know if we need to spend our 6 to take that out. We can use Flash of Sunup to dodge that, and then Scattering Slash to take that second hit. We've got Extract Fuel over here, which we could use on that one to intercept. And then we've got a 5 that we can use over here to intercept this guy. Using an Extract Fuel to be able to defend against that. And then we can come here with Extreme Edge. We still haven't hit Wang with anything yet. We need to make sure that Wang dies this time. I think Forceful Gesture might be enough to just kill him outright, but we're going to do Forceful Gesture and Gigi. That should kill him. And then we can use an Extract Fuel as just kind of a free complimentary bonus gift against this guy over here. And I think that, yeah, with that we're out of light for Fatal. Breakfast just did 44 damage in a single hit. Holy shit. Let's go. Blunt build, let's go. That's so strong. Oh my god. Alright, so Breakfast isn't intercepting anybody, but we've got Forceful Gesture. Which just, it's going to slow roll, but whenever it does hit, whoever it hits is just fucking cooked. So basically, Breakfast is gonna come in here and just kill this guy. Breakfast is just gonna fucking kill this guy at the end of the round. Alright, so we'll use Endless Battle over here to try to intercept some of that damage. We've got, I guess Extract Fuel might be a decent card to use here. 5 to 9 coming in. We could use Cumulus Wall as well. And then Sharpened Blade. No, I'm gonna use Flash of Sunup, because I always use Flash of Sunup. We'll hit this guy with the Extract Fuel to intercept that attack. And then the second attack coming in. I'm kind of out of cards. We'll use Cumulus Wall to intercept this, because we can. No, we just gotta hope that when Breakfast comes in here at the end to smash this one guy's face in, that she actually is able to hit. I don't know why she wouldn't. Everybody's been just ignoring her. But at the end of the turn, she just comes in and just wrecks whoever she hits. Oh my god. Bonk. 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 Breakfast just comes in and does 80 damage in a single turn. Insane. Offensive dice gain 1 to 3 power. Defensive dice roll 1. Why not? Just put it all on Breakfast. Your girl done so much damage, it's insane. That guy's dead, right? Yeah, he's just fucking dead. Oh my god, that's so satisfying. Alright, this guy is gonna get hit by Breakfast next turn, so we're just going to intercept his attack. And then everybody else is going to hit this guy on the left. Because why not? Now we'll hit this guy with a flash of sunup. And then extract fuel, and then we'll do sharpened blade on this one. Alright. I just love Breakfast coming in at the end and just completely deleting whoever she's targeting. That's probably going to end because she's running out of she's basically running out of cards, so she won't be able to play 3 cards per turn. But the act is almost finished, so it doesn't really matter. So they got that guy. He's cooked. Now here comes Breakfast. Boom. 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 80 damage in a single turn again. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Curtain call for the reception of smiling faces. Get wrecked, bozos. God, that's so satisfying. Breakfast is so satisfying to use. Just what could that blue sicko be looking for so badly? Any guesses? There's just way too many off the top of my head. That crazed pervert can and will go far beyond anyone's expectations. Holy smoke. So we've got Jabra, Had, and Malkuth all have whatchamacallits abnormality encounters that we can get. Mii's page. We only got 1 of the special pages? Or did the other two just escape? Book of Smiling Faces. Oh, okay, so I think we only got 1 of the Jin face and 1 of the Wang face. Yeah, they all died. Now I've got their books, but I only got 1 of each of the other guys' books. I got 2 of me. Philip has a monopoly on running. He'd execute them for stealing his shtick. That's true. That is what he is best known for, is fucking running away. All right, I'm more intrigued by the puppets. I kind of want to know what's going on with them. I've been doing this in relatively sequential order, but I'm curious about the puppet. I want to see where the warp thing goes. The train has arrived. It will be available at the terminal in 10 minutes. Quick, let's get moving. Let's see what kind of mess it got into this time. I really hope it's anything like last time. All the passengers were sitting in their seats, clasping their hands together. You said that's an extremely uncommon occurrence though, right? Yep, they usually do arts and crafts with each other's organs and shit. You've probably seen the educational footage, but you'd better be prepared, noob. I don't think I'll ever want to take a warp train again in my life. Even if they let you forget all about it? No thanks. Knowing what happens absolutely kills the deal for me. It's true. I would never get on one of these trains. Hey, we're all ready. It's time to start the cleanup. Open up. Fresh meat. Just follow the manual. Remember the procedures. This one's pretty typical. Ew, the stench is so strong. Even with my mask on, it feels like it's physically stinging my nose. You're still alive, right? The flesh is spread thin in an attempt to maximize the surface area. The subject is determined to feel as much pain as possible. This one would classify as suicidal. You're pretty good, aren't you? A lot of newbies can't help but puke or faint in their first field job, even with the help of educational footage. Because she's from District 23. I can't say I've seen worse, but I'm used to seeing this level of grotesque things. Now, cleanup agents, identify the genomes in your designated carriages and place the passengers back in their seats. Gross, look at that mushy eye still rolling around. I can never get used to this. I wonder how long I'll be doing this work. You said cleanup agents go through a memory erasure procedure and get their retirement fund when they quit, right? You seriously buy that crap? You should know something's up, especially since you're from the back streets. You mean that's a lie? They'd probably drag you to some dark room and kill you without anyone knowing. Whoops, don't tell anyone I said this. My employee review results weren't too good this time around. You know I was just kidding, right? Maybe I'll consider keeping quiet if you buy me dinner. How about some gopchang jongle? District. So fucked up. You look at a warp train and shrug. Gopchang? You eat beef tripe? Rose, I'm starting to get scared of this newbie. Is that true? Gotta do some work. Work? Sort out the genomes, and I just gotta put them on the right seats, correct? Yep, just put them on their seats and they'll be restored. Good as new. Sen, Leslie, stop your work immediately. We're going back to the office. What? Passengers have gone missing. Hey, keep it down. We don't want anyone else to hear that, dig? This room is in maximum security anyway. It's not just any passengers. The ones in first-class seats have disappeared. The higher-ups are going to have a headache over this, too. First-class passengers disappearing is already a significant risk, but we've also lost some time. The time quota wasn't filled. Warp Corp has never had a single incident ever since it became a wing, hasn't it? I wonder what went wrong. The engineers are investigating it for now. Take a look at this first. Oh, this must be the camera that only records important moments based on emotional flux to people nearby. I saw it in an educational footage. What's up with that? Did people merge into one at some point? Those guys look like doctors. They're stitching bodies together so precisely. I pity the cleanup agents. We'll have to tear them apart. That entity possessed extreme physical strength. 16 of our agents were killed by that one thing alone. Love Town? They made a town for themselves too, huh? That Dr.-ish duo must have been the anchor of the town. The townsfolk are all crying since they're gone. How did they get off the train, though? Check this out. It's footage of the first-class carriage. Who the hell are you? Do you know who I am? Do you? I'm a board member of U-Corp. Who sent you? Who's behind this? Who could it be, I wonder? Must be the invisible strings that are doing all this. He's stitching the flesh of living people and putting strings in them. The heck is that guy? Got any contract from Hana Association? Is that a syndicate or what? Seems to be the one they call the puppeteer. Looks like he has quite a reputation in the backstreets. What's his grade? Urban Nightmare. But he just laid hands on VIPs, so he'll be exalted to a star in the city in no time. And here, the one next to him is Blood Red Knight. She's a former star of the city that was shot down some time ago. Is it possible for a star to come back after being shot down? Hell if I know. Why do they have to take the train we're in charge of and do all that? Most importantly, check this part out. The first-class passengers, no, puppets, are designated by Hana Association. You can see those puppets sign a piece of paper here, yeah? They're writing their names on a gorgeous-looking piece of paper. And they just disappeared? Whoa. Ain't that real teleportation? This is the very same kind of paper they signed off on. Are you actually gonna... Rose, please give us a break. We're signing this paper as well. This is the so-called invitation from an urban nightmare dubbed the library. I would be like, nope, I'm not signing that shit. I'm quitting. I struggled and worked like a dog in District 23 and I barely made it into this wing. It's the orders from up top. No choice but to follow them. We'll bring a few other cleanup agents to the library with us. Dude, what if we refuse this order? Then we're fired. So it really wasn't a malfunction. Those crooks at W Corp, they knew everything. Damn it. I took warp trains a couple of times before. Don't you remember anything that happened inside? Nope, not at all. All I can remember is admiring the marvels of modern technology after getting off the train. And look, those employees following manuals, making jokes about it, taking care of flesh chunks so casually. Thanks for the cheer, Greed. I love you, boo-boos. Missing passengers. Time quota? Considering what we've seen of the trains, I don't think the library would ever scare a veteran of W Corp. That's true. I mean, if you work in that corporation well enough to know, like, the secret of it, I can't imagine that the library would scare you. I see that everyone is the same after all, doing detestable things simply because it's their work. They can be apathetic about it because the suffering inflicted on others is none of their business. It's gonna be sick if we made a book out of this. Imagine if this knowledge leaks into the world. I bet no one will ever want to use W Corp's trains anymore, yeah? Which would make W Corp that much more desperate to retrieve it. I'd welcome that. I can learn even more about them that way. Up front as always, our Miss Library Director, and I take pride in that. For real? Yep, they made a whole ass kingdom on the train one time. Appointed each other as kings, knights, nobles, and whatever. A town is nothing compared to that. Treason and schemes were rampant. The kingdom fell into decline, and loyal knights made valiant efforts to save their failing country. What happened next? Greetings, dear guests. Enough chit-chats, agents. Hey there, have the puppets been here recently? You mean the puppets made from W Corp's first-class passengers, correct? How much do you know, lady? They have, of course, and you may retrieve their books so that no one else would learn of this incident. If you fail, however, the guests may obtain the book that holds the secrets of the warp trains. W Corp would be totally screwed then. We're going in right now. May you find your book in this place. Oh, just regular old warp cleanup bozos. Spend 3 charge to boost power of all dice on this page by 3. Gain 4 charge. So we're doing smoke again, but we're calling it something else. Cool. Roland wants them cards. We will acquire their books, burn them, and use their individual pages to make decks of our own. You bet. You bet on it. Holy smokes. Gain 10 charge to become immobilized next scene. What does immobilized mean? Can't move? How does that work? That's a lot of damage on a single card. Like, goddamn. Like, a lot of damage. My tummy hurts. That's a lot of damage. Big yikes. You can't act at all. Okay, got it. I mean, it's a lot of damage, so I imagine that the payoff is equally good. Alright, forceful gesture. We will forcefully gesture at them, and then we'll puppet blockade. We'll just take out the one up front first. I will defend where I can. I don't have a lot of defensive cards over here, though. Especially none that would be able to handle that kind of damage. I guess extract fuel? Oh, I could extreme edge. We'll see how extreme edge handles that. And we cannot intercept that other guy, so we're just gonna have to deal. He's coming in unopposed. There's literally nothing I can do about it. Kick his ass, Sunday. Ooh. This guy in the corner. Everybody's just beating the shit out of him. So we took a ton of damage. That's tough. Tough beans. Repressed flesh. So these guys are locked. Can we attack them? It looks like we can. I guess that, yeah, they're immobilized, so they just can't do anything. Do puppet blockade. Interesting. And he's doing the same thing. We'll hit him with the old scattering slash. And then we'll sharpen blade onto this bozo. and they're doing the same thing. So I guess we do an old endless battle. We don't have enough juice to do Wrath of Torment, so we'll do an extract fuel. Yikes. They hit hard. They hit hard as fuck. I guess they're just coming in to soften us up. Holy shit. I guess because Kyle got interrupted, we weren't able to hit this guy for nearly as much damage as we were hoping to. That sucks. Because that was one of our plans was to take this guy out. Alright, so I think using Wrath of Torment would definitely kill that guy. Let's take a look over here and see what Breakfast has to work with. I think Repressed Flesh might be the one. Yeah, we're gonna hit that. And then we'll do Extreme Edge. And that should just kill that guy. We need fuel, and then we're gonna extract fuel. We need cards. And then we do Wrath of Torment. And then I guess we could do like Sweep the Back Streets or something. We need to make sure that these guys both die this turn. That's the important bit. Breakfast coming in and reducing all of his defensive die values by 3. I was banking on this guy being dead, and we fucked up. They survived. Okay, automated movement. Whoever comes out, I guess we could Extreme Edge and just hope that it gets through and kills him. I think that's our best bet. Four, 8, 3, 8, gain 6 charge. Could intercept this with automated movement. And then Gee. Sweep the back streets. Overcharge has a huge drawback, so it gets big rolls. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, if it's got goated rolls, then it's got, you know, you gotta balance that shit out, right? Sharpened Blade? We could do Sharpened Blade plus Flash Up Sunup for the max damage. I think we're probably, what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at probably being out of, like, this team isn't going to be able to make it in the long term. I think they're taking too much damage. We will Unga Bunga Smash as deep as we can, but it is looking a bit sketch. We did get, like, lots of paralysis off. I just love this build right here with the combination that we're getting from what's his tits? Yasad's I'm trying to remember the name of the murderer, the prisoner guy, that guy. I want to intercept this bozo so bad. Yeah, Forsaken Murderer, that's the one. I want Kyle to intercept this guy here. It ain't gonna happen though. Fatal's gonna be the one intercepting, and That's a lot of damage. Okay, so I guess we could do the Sharpened Blade Flash of Sunup combo. And then Yasad. I don't like have it. I need to take two scattering. I need to take the scattering slashes out of Yasad's deck. Because they're not that good. I gotta tweak that deck again. Bunga Bunga. Chained Wrath. That's the one. When Breakfast gets that one, it's fucking Jover. Alright, so this is coming in. We're getting hit with the Giga attack. And we have nobody who can intercept it all. So I guess Scattering Slash is probably my best bet. And we could do 2 Scattering Slashes. It does gain 3 protection at the start of combat, so I think what that would do is give me 6 total protection, boosting the stat rolls, making those high enough to be able to intercept all of those attacks. But we still have to roll really high to make that happen. So who knows if that's gonna be possible, but we're gonna try. We'll see what happens. Well, we did it. We somehow managed to dodge. Having 2 of those, as I was complaining about it earlier, having 2 of those actually kept Yasad from getting killed there. I got your protection right here. Protect this, Pants Grab. Alright, so we've got Rose, Sen, and Lesty. Rose has Quantum Leap. If speed is 4 or higher, deal 13 bonus damage when successful hits at a 10% chance. Seems pretty good for a 2 cost. It's not bad. Rip Space. 1 use, spend all charge. Has a charge times 9.9. So I guess that would be like if you spend 10 charges, it would be a 100% chance to succeed. All dice on this page gain +8 power. And deal 20 damage to self. So if you have 10 charge, whenever you play this, you have a 100%, a 99% chance to succeed. Okay. So I guess we just jump right back in. I think Rose is going to be the target. The main target, although all of them have Rip Space. But it looks like Rose is the one who's got the 2 speed dice, so she's going to be the one we probably focus on the most. We've got Scattering Slash. So she is going to be immobilized for next turn. Repressed Flesh. We can reduce the defensive dice. And we get a draw. She's getting hit by 3 different people? This one over here, I guess we could do... Repressed Flesh is probably not... Well, I don't know, it might actually be able to beat her out because of the amount of damage that we have. I mean, like, defensively, we won't be able to beat her out, but damage-wise, we might actually be able to deal more damage than she is. Alright, well, we'll clash there. And then she's got 2 left, so we can clash this one as well. We don't have 3. We can do Creek or Geeky. I think we'll do Creek. Alright, and then Cumulus Wall to block that. And then we'll come in with Flash of Sunup. She takes less stagger damage from Slash. Good to know. This bozo's coming in here. I think I'm just going to ignore him and let him hit me with on Fatal. And then we're gonna do Sweep the Back Streets and Endless Battle. Overcome Crisis. Oh, we can do all three. Fuck. And Overcome Crisis. This guy, we can't ignore that attack, but we can intercept it with this. Scattering Slash. And a Flash of Sunup. No, wait. That's right, we could do Extreme Edge, right? And then we could do a Flash of Sunup over here. We're edging extremely, you guys. Hopefully we can take her out in a single turn. That would be super cool. Yikes. The goal here is going to be to try to eliminate at least one of them or soften them up as much as possible so that we can get into the next scene. We got her staggered. Awesome. That's like 99% of the battle. Is getting them staggered so that we can do max damage. She's dead. Perfect. And I think we just barely managed to kill her in one turn. That's perfect. Love to see that. Alright, our next target, we could do Lesty or we could do Sen. I think, so Lesty is the one who, or Sen is the one who's staggered this turn. Lesty will be staggered next turn. That's gonna hurt, but I think we're just gonna eat it. I don't think I'm gonna try to intercept that. I think we're just gonna eat that. We can do an intercept here. And then we can actually do both. We could do Forceful Gesture and the other one. We'll do Forceful Gesture over here. And then we can slap in Sharpened Blade, Extract Fuel, and then Sharpened Blade, followed by I guess Crack of Dawn, Boundary of Death, and Extract Fuel. We just really, really want to kill, if possible, kill as many of these guys as we can. Probably don't even need to get a stagger off in this guy. It looks like he's just gonna die. Bonk, bonk. Bonk. Oh my god, she's so strong. Breakfast, why are you so strong? You look like a fucking clown. Awesome, and she got all of her light back. Is that not so good? It feels so good. Alright, then we've got Yigi and Puppet Blockade. This is my ass kicking gear, bitch. True. We're edging extremely. Scattering Slash. Flash of Sunup. Oh, we don't have any juice. We're out of juice. Alright, we do Flash of Sunup, then we do Extract Fuel. And then we don't have any juice. Scattering Slash. And I think Fatal's just out of cards. Not enough card draw. By the way, Necro, if you ever want to tweak that, build that you made, that's basically your key page. If you want to modify it, let me know, and you can tweak that page up if you want to. You know, as we get new cards, like all it takes is we have to burn like a couple of books, and suddenly we've got cards that completely change the way that the game plays. So he's got 4 hit points. He's cooked. Like whatever I use on him, he's just cooked. We use Flash of Sunup on you to overcome Crisis. It's funny, Breakfast is right now the only one with cards. Sorry, that's not true. Kyle's got cards too. Pigtail Kyle's got cards. I could make it Singleton. Singleton seems OP. bonk. Just fucking breakfast coming in here. Bonk, bonk. Here's 80 damage into your face. Curtain call for the reception of warp cleanup crew. If this book does become available to the public, W Corp might face closure like Lobotomy Corp did, though it would collapse in an entirely different way. I know, this is an odd time to ask, but about the plan that took place in Lobotomy Corporation, the one that made you go through countless repeats, was L Corp's disintegration part of it too? In a way, the finale of that plan was to share the enlightenment gained from that cycle with the people of the city, sacrificing L Corp as a whole. L Corp's insane suicidal plan succeeded somehow, huh? No, the plan failed spectacularly. Actually, I ruined it. What? But didn't the White Nights and Dark Days happen as a result of it? I never said the plan was a success, now did I? I only said it was over. What do you exactly mean by ruining it? Remember what I said about my creator, how he birthed me on a whim and renounced me when I didn't meet his arbitrary expectations? The sabotage was my modest little revenge on him for imprisoning me in the million-year cycle of reciting the same script over and over underground, and a small gift for myself. I couldn't bear to see his plan succeed with my 2 eyes. That means the distortion might not have happened if the plan went through? Perhaps. There's no need for me to care so much about others in the city, no? You're right about that. Roland straight up just like, yeah, fuck those guys, who cares? Just like ambiguous morality all day. Fuck them. Library of Angela ruined it. That's basically, yeah. It is noon, and I actually ran for longer than I thought I was going to run. I'm pretty wiped out. Oh, Biggin will be bad! Hod is Letitia. Funeral of Dead Butterflies. Pog. Queen Bee. I did not like Queen Bee, both aesthetically and the way that she actually played. I'm not a huge fan personally, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna call it here, and tomorrow. I do plan to come back and be present again. Tomorrow what we'll do is we'll tackle the last invitation in this list, the clown follow-up. And then after we finish that one, we're going to probably, and it depends on what I see in the cards, but I already have a bunch of stuff that I want to tweak because of Breakfast's deck being so goddamn successful. Like this deck is cracked. It's so good. That damage, the damage that the mobs do here is just insane. I really like the Sayo deck, but this deck feels really strong as well. So I think I might wanna tweak that a little bit. Praise the prescripts. And Necro, we'll build your deck. If you're around at the beginning of stream next time, we'll build your Singleton deck and see what that looks like. Singleton. Ton. Yeah, it looks like we've only got the 4 Singleton cards. If Singleton, all dice on this page gain 1 power. If Singleton, all dice gain 1 power. If Singleton, add +4 power. If Singleton, draw 3 pages. Yeah, so it seems like you could probably run a Singleton deck, but I think we finally have enough cards to make it happen. It just, I was kind of hoping that we would have more cards that work off of Singleton. But we'll tweak that later. For now, I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm gonna go lie down, perhaps, and maybe have some lunch before I do that. But I had a lot of fun, and half of that is because of you guys. Pants grabs with his pants grab. I just noticed that. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out again. It really does. It means all of the things. All of the things. That's why I'm here. But delighted to have an opportunity to sit down and play again. I'm glad to be back home. I enjoyed visiting Osaka and seeing some friends, but I'm delighted to be back home in my comfy space, in my zone. I will see you guys all tomorrow, and have an awesome night or day, wherever you are. Toodles.